Alright, so originally I said I was gonna make some R&B Drake type beats. I still want to make some Drake type beats. I still don't know if they're gonna be like R&B type beats specifically, but I've opened up a piano in Analog Lab. I've got the BPM set to 145. So let's just start laying down some notes, build some chords, and see where the beat takes us. Alright, so I just laid down a quick little chord progression in the key of A minor. We just have an F major 7th chord, followed by a G minor 7th chord, followed by an A minor 7th chord, and then I just repeated the same G minor 7th chord. But this is what the chord progression sounds like. So I just copied the bass notes down an octave, and now I just want to change the key. So we're in A minor. Let's pitch it down to like G minor. So that's sounding really cool. It's definitely a good like bass to build off of. What I want to do next is just add some extra notes in. So let's just play around. Now let's just copy these notes over again because I want it to sort of repeat the same little pattern I had before, and then let's just build it back down. Alright, so I just add some extra filler notes to the chord progression. I'm gonna play it again, let you guys hear how it sounds before I go and put effects on it. So that's the chord progression. It's already armed to mixer channel 1, so let's just go in here and start adding some effects to it. Because what I want is for the piano to sound very washed out and vintage and spacey and ambient, and in order to do that, I have to add some effects to it. So let's go into Portal, and let's go into my presets. Let's go into the Waves Crate Portal Bank by Max Shooter, I think. Surfing the Web was cool. Let's hear how this sounds. So I still like this Surfing the Web preset, but what I'm going to do is just alter the dry wet knob so that like Portal's not playing as much. And then what I want to do is maybe add a halftime to it. And let's pitch it up an octave. So that's sounding really cool with the halftime and the Portal. Let's add Valhalla Supermassive to it. Let's go to reverbs, and let's just go to the Brass Blat preset, and let's add an EQ and EQ out some frequencies. So that's sounding cool. That's sounding like Virginia Beach already. So let's go into Analog Lab and let's find a sub bass that we can layer down on the bass notes. So I think I want to go into kxvi's main stash and grab this Moog Hell sub bass. And what I'm going to do is just lay it down on my bass notes, or my root notes of the chord progression. It's pitched up a little bit too high, so let's just pitch it down an octave by holding Command and the down button. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this Life is Good Lo-Fi Keys preset from the Moody Blues Analog Lab Bank by Christian63. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name, but shout out you. Go follow them on IG, beats by Christian63. And I just want to copy the chord progression into here and then strum it. because I really like the sound these keys. Like, listen to this. Let's hit Option R, randomize the velocities a bit more. Let's go into kxvi's mini stash bank again, because there was like a lead in here that I really liked. Yeah, this Late Nights lead. It sounds like a sound from like, what song is it? This sounds like the lead from She Will by Wayne featuring Drake. You can't tell me that's not the same lead. I really like this sound. Let's just make like a lead pattern with it. So I just pitch it back up to A minor because I know that scale. It's literally just all the white notes. And this way I can record in my own melody, just like typing on my keyboard. And it's gonna sound like more realistic than if I just like clicked in the notes. Let's turn on our metronome and go notes and automation. And now if I just hit all these notes, I already know that I'm in the key because it's just the white notes. Let's just play around with a melody. Let's just hear how it sounds. So it's a super simple sounding melody, but I like it. I think it fits the vibe of the beat. Alright, so I think we just need like one more instrument for the actual melody, and then maybe like a vocal chopper or something, and then we can start throwing some drums on this. So let's open up Analog Lab again, and let's go through my banks that I have. I really like the Moody Blues bank actually. That's a weird sound, but it's very unique, and I think that it could sound cool if we built out a melody with it, so let's do that. So I can't even hear these keys with the lead, so let's just mute them for a second. So that sounds really cool too. Like I said, you can't really hear that when the lead's playing, so I think I might just have to use the lead in this key in like two different sections. Alright, so let's go into Splice and see if we can find some vocal chops or something that would sound good on this. So let's go into R&B, let's go vocals for the instrument, key, let's do minor, BPM range, let's go like 120 to 160. Alright, so I just found this vocal chop here, which it's actually already really wet, like it has a lot of effects on it, so I don't need to do too much processing to it. I just want to make it in time by going to stretch and playing around with the time knob. So now it fits 16 bars perfectly, and let's copy this over again. We are still in A minor, so this is an F sharp minor, so what we need to do is pitch it up 3, so that will be an A minor. Let's just hear how it sounds like naturally with the chord progression. I think that sounds good. Alright, so let's assign this to a mixer channel. Now that we have all of our instruments for the melody assigned, let's go into my trap kits. Let's go to this ATL Culture kit by Try Freeze and Mike Fuego. Go to the master presets and let's just throw the stock soft clipper on the master. And let's select all of these by holding command and left click. Let's just bring them down. And let's just start doing a little bit of leveling. Let's start with the sub bass. Alright, so I just did a little bit of leveling to the instruments, and I pitched it down to F minor from A minor. So I pitched the sample, or like the vocal sample, back down by 100 cents because it was already in the key of F sharp minor. And then I actually changed it from stretch to stretch pro, and I played with the Foreman shift. I just pitched up 500 cents. So this is what the loop is sounding like right now. So I think the loop is sounding good. I kind of just want to go in the splice, and instead of finding like a vocal loop, I want to find a vocal one shot that I can use. Yeah, I'm going to take both of these vocal samples and just drag them in. So this one will have to be pitched down by 100 cents again. So let's go to generic, let's go stretch pro. Let's go down by 100 and up by 500 cents for the Foreman. And then I think I just want these to hit like every 2 bars, something like that. So maybe we can pan them like left and right like this. So that's cool. I want to copy this. I want to make it unique. I want to reverse it, and we can go like this. So it's sounding good with the vocal chops added. Let's go through my kits and see if I can find some like percussion loops or something to throw on. Alright, so I'm in the kxvi Elements of R&B Preview Edition kit, and he has a couple of percussion loops in here like this. He's got this. I think I'm gonna use this. So let's drag this in. And let's go generic, stretch, and let's stretch it to 8 bars, and then let's copy it again. Alright, so I think the main loop is done. I have all my instruments for my melody. I have a vocal chop, I have some vocal one shots, and then I just have this percussion loop at the bottom. I'm going to play it now, and then I'm going to split it up and try to arrange it into the structure of a song, and then we'll start adding some drums onto it. So let's split this by channel, and what that does is it splits the one pattern up into the individual like channels. Let's delete this, and let's drag all of our instruments into here, and let's start building out like the basis of our song. So I'm gonna start with the piano. I want this to sort of like fade in, and maybe have this fade in as well, and then maybe add the bass so that comes in for like the second 4 bars, and let's hear how this sounds. Alright, so I just arranged the melody a bit and tried to like structure it in the layout of a song. So right here I just have a 16 bar intro, or like an 8 bar intro with another 8 bar pre-hook. I have 16 bars for the hook. I have a 16 bar verse followed by an 8 bar bridge, and then you come back into a 16 bar hook, and then I sort of have like a little outro bridge and then the outro section right here. So what I want to do here actually is I want to add a love filter for the intro and for the bridge. So let's go here. Let's go into presets, simple low pass, and then I'm going to turn it all the way down, which my webcam is blocking. You guys can't even see that. Yeah, so I just turned the love filter all the way down, and now I'm going to right click, create an automation clip, and now I can automate the love filter. So I want it to be nothing for the first 8 bars, and then full mix for the second 8 bars, and then sort of like gradually decline back down. And then I want to do the same thing right here. So let's do like that. And then I think honestly same thing here, except let's build up and then build down. So we can do something like that. Alright, now that the melody's done, we can start doing some drums. So let's go to a new pattern. Let's just drag it out for like 8 bars. Then we can do that. Then we can just drag that over. Let's go into my trap kits. Let's use this up rim. Let's take the corrupt hi-hat. And let's just use these for now. So alright, so let's make our hi-hat pattern. So let's do some like Alright, so the hi-hats are done. I was really just trying to like keep them simple but bouncy at the same time. Played around a lot with the velocity, which is a good way to add some bounce to your hi-hat patterns. Like, don't just play around with rolls and stuff like that. Like, make sure to play around with your velocity and the panning and stuff like that. So the hi-hats and the rims sound like this so far. Let's go into 808s. Let's take this 21 808. Let's make it cut itself. Let's pitch down to C4 and let's play with the ADSR so that the 808 only plays as long as the note plays. I notice a lot of like Drake's R&B type beats do this. Like the first 2 bars will be like on time. Like you'll have your 808 hit on the 1 and then you'll have it hit again. But then for the second 2 bars, like I've noticed that the 808 doesn't always hit on this 1. Like sometimes it'll be offset and it will hit after the clap or the snare. So I tried to do something similar with this. Alright, so the drums are pretty much done. I want to keep them simple because you don't need to make your drums too crazy for these types of beats. You could really honestly do without any hi-hats and just do like a kick, an 808, and a rim or something. I want to add some hi-hats, add some extra bounce to it. So I'm just going to hit Command L so that I can assign them to mixer channels and do the same thing I did with the melody. I'm just going to bring all of them down. What I want to do is go in slot 1, go into Fruity Compressor, and just put a drums preset on them. I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to right click, route to this track. Alright, so now they're all assigned to the compressor and we can start mixing them. Alright, so now that we've leveled our drums, we can do the same thing we did to the melody and just right click and split by channel, and we can just arrange our drums the same way we did with the melody. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the beat tutorial, guys. I just arranged the drums a bit, did some leveling to them to get them to where they should be, and I pitched the entire thing down from E minor to C minor. But that's it for the beat tutorial. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna try to be back next week with another tutorial for you guys, depending on what my schedule is looking like. But in the meantime, I'm gonna let the beat play out now. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys.